Man, oh man, oh man, today was quite a day. Oh, I'm feeling it. So we just set up 1,509 chairs for a college graduation. Now, this is a job that I've been quoting for 8 years or longer. Every single year I quote the job and I never get it because even though I never set up that many, well, we set up that many chairs, I've never zip tied that many chairs together. They needed a zip tied. I knew that zip tying was no small joke. And talking to people, they're like, yeah, you gotta charge accordingly for that. You can't just say you're gonna throw that in because it sucks. Even though I never did it, I trusted all those people and knew that it sucked. Now that I did it today, yeah, it sucks. And I'm glad that we charged accordingly for it. Like I said, quoting this and never got it. It's always because I was more expensive. What they always ended up doing was going with some younger, newer company who didn't really know what they were doing and, quoted it very low. So those people always got the job. The next year, a different company got the job. But once they realized how, sucky it is to zip tie all these, the next year their quote was going to be higher. So then they lost it. Well, they ran through everyone and finally either people didn't want to quote it or whatever, so I got the job at the price I wanted, even higher than I used to quote in the past. I quoted a little higher and still got it, so that was cool. Setting up 1,500 chairs, not really an issue, but the zip tying is. It sucks because you get them all out and then we're all over 6 foot tall, so you have to bend over slightly to zip tie them, and then you have to cut off the excess, and it just takes a toll on your back. And then you look behind you and you're like, oh my God, so many more chairs. That was the worst part of this job. This job in total was $4,425, no sales tax because it's a college. It was 1,169 brown chairs, 340 white non-padded for the honor students or something. Zip tie them all. I charged 40 cents a chair to set up and 40 cents a chair to take down. And altogether I charged $745 to zip tie them all, which I may even charge more than that next year because it sucked. But I don't feel bad about the 745. I wasn't sitting there being like, oh, this sucks. I can't believe we're doing this. I was like, oh, this sucks, but I'm making $740, for basically took a hour to zip tie and cut them. So the lessons I learned though is how to keep them straight. When we showed up, I was talking to the guy and he goes, "You got some sort of line to put down to keep them straight?" And I'm like, "Yeah, we'll get them straight." So I thought basically, they had requirements of 18 inches aisles are between each chair. So we got the first row, measured that out 18 inches and just thought, okay, uh, just eyeball the rest, just go off of that. And then the next row, just eyeball. We had to have 10-foot spacings between rows. But then once we were like basically done or 3/4 done, looked at it and they're just all wonky. I know they're going to say something. So then we had to go back with the tape measure, lay it out, and then get all the rows straight. So next time I do it, I'm going to have a bunch of tape measures because we already have them. And I'm going to take pieces of wood, I'm going to cut them 18 inches so that you can put it down at the back of 1 foot and get exactly 18 inches to the next one. And then go all the way down to the other end of the gym and do the same thing with another just row of chairs, and then run a tape measure between them. Maybe even look into doing laser levels, but I mean, that's so far. I don't know if the laser is gonna work that far, but a 300-foot tape measure, as long as you get your first chair and your last chair where they're supposed to be, run that tape measure, and you have like 5 of them, you can work on 5 rows at a time. It sucked having to move a whole bunch and then they were in the way, and man, some of them we were way off. Like the first few rows were together, but as you went down, it's like they were just way off. It sucked. So we lost about an hour doing that. So if you do this, if you are going to do a bunch of chairs, set them up in straight rows and zip tie them, understand zip tying sucks. It does suck. Charge what you want to charge for it, because if you don't, you're going to be on site hating it and hating the money you're getting for it. Also, if they are requiring it to be straight, which Most people are going to want it to be straight if it's for graduation, for college or whatever. Have a whole bunch of tape measures, and like I said, I'm making the pieces of wood that are 18 inches so that anyone can just grab them, put it down, and get it exact. I have some sort of system to make sure things are the right distance apart and straight.
Are you thinking of starting a rental business or growing your rental business? At Recipe, we help young, hungry entrepreneurs like you start their own business. Our experience of over 15 years as rental business owners and professional digital marketers make us the greatest team to help other people launch their own profitable business through website, marketing, and consulting services. Go to recipe.com to start or grow your rental business today.
Even though this did suck, I am going to quote this again next year, maybe just a little bit higher on the zip tying the chairs together. Thanks for watching.